About how many yards is it on one of those skeins?
You know, I don't know. I used to know how many wraps was on these, and I forgot now what it was, and I could figure up the yardage. But I think that they made these about a yard around. I'd have to measure it and see again. And if that's true, then all you have to do is count the laps, and it must be hundreds of yards in these big skeins, Paul. And it's so fine, it goes a long ways.
And this is just blocking it till it dries, and then you'll put it back into the little balls.
Then I'll put it in a ball and be ready to go ahead and knit. I haven't got light spots through there. It looks kind of, there might be some light spots on these because of the tying. You can just
that's all right.
barely see a spot there. It looks like a light spot across there.
I doubt if you will notice it once you've
Knit it together.
knitted it into something.
I don't think it will.
And a little bit of variation to me is a much nicer product for a handmade.
Yeah, it always does have that, especially with the thickness. You know, it'll have little nubbies and little thick and thin spots, and it's not even like commercial yarn.
So you just call the one you're rolling onto the blocker?
I just call it a blocker, yeah.
And this little thing up here is called a what?
That's called an umbrella swift.
A swift.
And basically that's what it does, is move it from one thing to another, or you can put it on there and let it dry even if you want to.
You could use that then for measuring yardage too then.
Yeah, you can. You can use it for measuring.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I'm glad Dad made those. You and Tim
I
and
am too. I just really, I couldn't hardly work this without them. I don't think it would be terrible. I have to try to find a place to hang it and try to get it dry. You could never stretch it out good. Otherwise, you can't. You need to wrap it on something. They used to have what they call a nitty knotty, which is just a thing you just wrap it back and forth.
oh yeah.
But that's pretty crude.
Yep. Not as fast and efficient
Not as
this is.
efficient, not as nice.
And you can take that right off of there and just set it over there.
Yeah, I didn't take it off there. Oh, this last one, I'll just leave it set on there, but you can take them off and just set them there. When I get ready to roll it into a ball, well, then I'll leave it back on this because I can roll it off of this, and that winds it up on there.
Yep.
So it makes doing these things a lot nicer.